What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. First things first guys, I appreciate the support on the videos on the series. You know, we're approaching like episode 80 or something. I never thought it would manifest into a series so widely enjoyed. When I read like Reddit and such and a lot of the comments in the video, this is a lot of people's favourite series this entire year, not just of mine but on YouTube, and that's massive to me. You know, it's really important for me that I'm still bringing you guys the entertainment that you so richly deserve as viewers, you know. This chemistry thing, we are going to address it again today, not because I necessarily want to go over old ground, because I'm not going to explain the chemistry system again. I'm going to talk about my personal thoughts and feelings with it versus a lot of your guys' personal thoughts and feelings. And it seems like there's a massive kind of, there's a massive split within the FIFA camps. And what you're going to be seeing throughout this video is me playing Division 2 gameplay with the team that you just saw on the screen. And the first team we come up against is also a low chem / no chem team. So if you don't know how the chemistry system works, there has been more than enough proof all over YouTube and Reddit, but go to my main channel. There's 2 videos there that explain in detail, very clearly, how it works and why it's important that we know how it works, which is why I've got this team. With that being said, for me, this makes FIFA way more fun. It means that I get to use and experience players that I would have never used before. It means that I can build teams that I would never have built before. And it means that I get to have fun with the game in a way that we've never experienced before. A lot of people feel EA have misled us or lied to us. I don't necessarily think that's true. I genuinely don't believe that they knew that this issue was in the game. With that being said, we've been playing the game with the issue for several years, supposedly. And I think people more so feel aggrieved, rather than, like, some people are saying it, you know, don't use the chem. You can't not use it. Like, just by using players, you're using it. You, like, if you want me to not use the chem glitch, I don't get to build teams anymore, because just me having Ruben Castro in my side at striker, I am now using the chem glitch. I can't not use it. But I think a lot of people first of all don't want to believe that it exists, so they still build their 100 chem teams. A lot of people don't know that it exists because obviously not everyone is on social media that plays FIFA, and a lot of people know that it exists but don't care. They'd still rather do things the traditional way, and that's totally okay. Whichever camp you're in, it's okay for you to do whatever the hell you want to do with your team. It's your ultimate team, it's your vision of how to play this game. For me, what I love about this now is that the team we've got is full of players that I literally never ever would have used. Interestingly, there was a comment on yesterday's video that said, "This is boring, go back to La Liga teams," which just on it, like, actually made me laugh. Like, I burst out laughing because just a week ago people were saying to me, stop using La Liga teams, go and try different players. Now we've got the field of players. We can use whoever, wherever, whenever, and people are telling me it's boring. For me, this is the most fun ever, because what I'm doing and what you'll see throughout today's episode is me changing and adapting the squad based on the feel of the team, because of the fact that I can use any player that I want. So what I experienced through this Division 2 gameplay was, first of all, I don't know whether all the chem rules apply to goalkeepers, because Enyema felt trash, Viviano felt trash. So one of the first things that I want to do with this team is replace the goalkeeper and actually put a goalkeeper on 10 chemistry. Whether that's just a placebo effect and me thinking that it makes him play better, and when it doesn't actually make him play better, who knows. But for me, I want to change the goalkeeper. I've also found that the midfield and attack with a lack of 4-star skillers is costing me certain goals where I would improve, you know, where I would be able to do things and improve my gameplay that I can't currently do. So I want to incorporate 1 or 2 more 4-star skillers into the team. The third thing that I found out with this team whilst playing through Division 2 here was that I have a very, very small team. Like, all of my attackers, I think right now I've got Leyoun at like 5'7" or 5'8". We've got Castro at 5'9", and on right wing we had I think we might have had Sandro on left wing, who's like 5'10". But in general, it's like a really, really small attack. And I love playing with the target men strikers. I love the Adaries, the Karim Benzema, the Luis Suarez. I love the guys that get involved and get into the game. So I've noticed a few problems with the team straight away. I also found that the fullbacks are unbelievable in these teams, and we'll go into a bit more detail with that in a second. But as you can see, and you'll see this commonly throughout today's episode, I have superior chances to my opponents, yet I barely score more goals. And that's because whilst these fullbacks like Layun and like Sandro are absolutely sensational, they lack the finishing abilities of strikers. They, you know, even though Layun has 85 shooting, a lot of that is his free kicks and his long shots. So when it comes down to in the box shooting and being like a target man or a striker, he really lacks. So I wanted to adapt the team and try and benefit myself, and I thought Soriano would be a good shout because he's got not the most pace, but you don't require pace in a 4-3-2-1 at striker, and he has got a huge amount of shooting with a 4-star weak foot, and he's just generally a big player. So I'm trying to adapt my team, and for me, this is what makes it fun. Just going out there and buying Soriano and thinking, let's try him for a few games. If we don't like him, we can get rid of him and bring in another new striker. And I genuinely like just enjoy this more. Now, in terms of the fullbacks, and for those of you that might be playing with fullbacks, I did a video on my main channel where I used a fullback team, and you know, we're using Layun and Alexandro up front. We're using Cerner in the midfield. I don't recommend using fullbacks in attacking roles because they do lack that attacking sense. However, in midfield, wow, they are a different kettle of brilliant. Like, they are just genuinely fantastic. Like Sandro, Cerner, Layun, that as a midfield trio, you are just going to dominate. The reason why I didn't run that as a midfield trio, or I'm not running that as a midfield trio, is because Ozyakup has the 4-star, 5-star, and we have such a lack of 4-star skillers in this team that I didn't want to remove one of those. So going forwards, I will eventually get the left forward and the right forward to be 4-star skillers. Then we can have that midfield of Sandro, Layun, and either Cambiasso or whatever other fullback we've got there. And I think the reason why they're so good is because the way they have good defensive stats allows them to abuse the midfield like regular midfielders can't. And I mean that in the sense that, like, I absolutely love Patrick Vieira because he's so dominant in midfields, and you don't get that from like a Luka Modric, who I find to be amazing in this game, but I would take Cerner, Layun or Sandro in midfield over Modric every day of the week because they win the ball back comprehensively. They press like you wouldn't believe. Their positioning, their interceptions are so high that they get a benefit that you would have never experienced before. And you see that game there, I lost the game. I again had more shots and better shots than my opponent, and we left ourselves in a predicament now after 5 games. We've got 5 games left. We've only got 8 points. We got 2 wins, 2 draws, and a loss. Of course, those 2 draws came with A9 skills, and I was struggling. I was struggling to find the right form, and a lot of people will probably attribute that to the fact that I've got this team and this chemistry. I don't believe that to be the case, so I made a few changes and went back into the game, back into another game, and I was at a point now where it was either going to be I'm going to win Division 2 or I'm going to purposely not win Division 2, because the kind of person I am, I want to win every title on the way up. You know, like when you go to Division 1 it says titles won, or you can go into your club section and look at your trophies. I don't want to have not won a title. I don't want to get like D10 up to D3 title wins and then just promotion from Division 2. So if I had dropped points in the next 2 or 3 games, the idea is to then throw a couple of games on purpose, remain in Division 2 and try again, potentially with a different team, potentially with you know, or just me for the whole division, because obviously I played 2 games of A9 skills, and whilst we played some great FIFA, again I think we were hit by the fact that we had a couple of games where we created chance after chance after chance, and the fullbacks that we had just weren't good enough to like score the goals. So there's a lot of exploration to do with this team. There's a lot of changing and chopping and a lot of like options to do absolutely anything we want, and that's why I think this chemistry issue is big for me. For those people that find this boring now that I'm using more players and having fun with the game, I do apologise. You know, not every series is for everyone. You know, there's plenty of other series out there that will benefit you and you will enjoy to watch. But one thing that I do want to say is there are cups that are coming out quite often now from EA which require you to build specific teams and have specific sets of players, and those are the times where I guess we'll build teams for chemistry because you are required to do so. There's a cup out right now that I just didn't have time to build a team and play for, which was, I think you had to have Argentinian and Spanish players, or Spanish and Portuguese players. I can't remember what it was. It's for the goal pack. But I basically, and again, you'll see me create a load of chances there in that game that we drew. Basically, I don't have time to play that tournament right now, but now I'm back home in England, I do have time. And I've also thought, or not thought, but stolen a good way to do videos going forwards to allow me to incorporate a lot of gameplay, live commentary, and show you guys everything we do with the club. And you'll see it not in this episode, maybe not in the next episode, because I started recording the next episode without even realizing I was doing it. I started doing things in the club and I went into a game and I was like, crap, I didn't mean to go into a game on this account. So I had to go back and capture it and record it. And you'll see me here selling Viviano. I think I lost a little bit of coins on Viviano, but I also sold Soriano. And I think I made a bit of coins profit on Soriano. Now, obviously, my Maxwell, my Sushi, my Bufferini, my Cerna, my Ozyakup, my Leyoun, they have all increased in price massively due to this kind of chemistry revelations, and I've got a lot of coins available to me in the club. However, I don't want to sell Leyoun because I find him to be a phenomenal player for 100,000 coins that you're not going to get anywhere. I could sell him for 250,000 coins and go and buy a few more players, but then they're not better than what I currently have. I don't think it would be an improvement on the squad. So we sold a couple of players there. Also, I want to say this about Cerna. Interestingly, they haven't adjusted his price range yet. They adjusted Leyoun's price range quite quickly from 150 to 300,000. Cerna is still a 90k max bin, and he is extinct. And for me, he is genuinely Patrick Vieira. If you got with better shooting and better passing. If you guys have ever used Legends before, Cerna is just the complete midfielder. He's just amazing. You see me put Ruffier in net there because he gets that link with Gonalons. I wanted to test out a goalkeeper on 10 chem. Even if it is placebo effect, it does, you know, for me it was just more about having a goal. Like, if goalkeepers are or aren't affected by chemistry, I kind of want to figure it out by the feel of how things go. So we put ourselves Ruffier in net, and if Ruffier does good, I'll go and get like team of the season Mandanda or something like that. You know, not necessarily Enyema, because I did find him to be quite shocking. But we will go and get a goalkeeper that suits us. So we're in a position now after the draw in the last game, where we require 4 wins out of 4 to win the Division 2 title. It was touch and go for me a little bit, because if I won 3 and then I lost the last one, I would get promoted but not win the title. So I was almost wanting to slip up in the next 2 games so that I could throw the season myself and then restart it fresh and try and get that promotion. However, we came into this game here and I found something with this team. Like, I'm trying different angles with the players. I'm trying them in different positions. Like, you know, I played Leyoun at left forward, right forward at striker. I played Alexandra at left forward in the centre midfield. I've tried Ozyakup as a central centre midfielder, as a wide centre midfielder, and I'm trying to just kind of rotate the players to find the best fit for me. And this seemed to work really well for me. Having Ruben Castro at left forward and Leyoun up front seemed to do quite well. We end up going 3-0 up against our opponent and he rage quit, so we get ourselves another win. We now need 9 points out of the remaining 9 available to win the title and win ourselves that 13,000 coin bonus. And as you can see there, the 2 blue cards sold. I actually made about 1,000 coins profit on Soriano. And I went out and bought Di Maria because Di Maria's got an unbelievable card and he's only 10,000 coins. Like, and he's got 4-star skill moves, obviously. And for me, like I say, I felt like I was lacking a 4-star skiller in the team. I felt like I was lacking a big player. Like Di Maria is quite tall in this game. I don't know how tall he is in real life, but he feels big. He's got that kind of physical presence. And I wanted to, as you'll see, I think about Alexandro in midfield, because I want to get rid of the fullbacks up front. Maybe not Leyoun, because Leyoun's kind of a different caliber of fullback. But I want to get rid of the fullbacks and I want to get the strikers in there. So this is the team we go up with now. And there are so many other players that we can use and can try, like Hutchinson that we've already used, like Zagoev, who's got a really nice card. In terms of attacking sense, there are so many like international man of the matches that are really good and really cheap that we can try to find the best fit for us. And that's what's going to make this game exciting for me. Not changing the whole team every episode hit or every other episode or every 3rd episode, but just adopting different players every episode or every second game. You know, there's so much we can do. Like, for example, if I find that I'm not enjoying Di Maria right forward, I've got the option to go and get pretty much any right forward in the game and try them instead. And for me, that's massive. And we got into this game, we ended up going 1-0 down to a really nice Cazorla goal. I was kind of a little bit disappointed that Ruffier let that in, but it was because it's a first-time shot. Like, those cross-body long shots, they're just OP. It's not the goalkeeper's fault. We end up getting back into the game. We get 2-1 up. The ball falls to Alexandro here. We get 3-1 up after 56 minutes. And that was pretty much the 3 points guaranteed for me, which was obviously nice to go into the final 2 games, I believe now, requiring 6 points from 6. The pressure is on. If I lost the next game, I would throw the next game to make sure I stayed in Division 2. And if I won the next game, I was looking at it and I was like, you know, worst case scenario, we ought purposely relegate ourselves from Division 1 to come back and win Division 2. But getting promotion is worth like 10,400 coins. That pays for the Di Maria. You know, just winning or just getting promoted from Division 2 is enough to pay what we paid for Di Maria and a few extra bonus coins, which is great. So I felt like I found a good team here, but still not the complete team. Like, I still need to incorporate, in my opinion, one more 4-star skiller. Like, I'd be happy with like a left wing 4-star skiller, Di Maria and Leun up top. And okay, that means that Ruben Castro isn't going to play as many games. And even though I find Ruben Castro to be amazing in this game, I would prefer someone a bit bigger, maybe a bit 4-star skills, and then midfield will be really nice. And again, there's so many options in midfield because that Cambiasso card is really nice. But when you compare him to the stats of Leun and Sandro, their cards are just better. So it then comes down to feel. And Cambiasso, although he felt really nice, he didn't have certain qualities that I felt with certain other players. And we get Castro through there in this game, and he goes and scores 1-0. And every time I was sitting there so many times like on stuff that you don't get to see on screen, where I was like, okay, let me take Castro out and try someone else. But then I look at his goals a game record, and I remember the goals that he scored for me, and I find it so hard to get him out of the team because he's so clinical in front of goal. Why, like, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Like, why would I disrupt something that is seemingly working? We end up getting another goal there with Cerna. Cerna, for me, honestly, he is just absolutely unbelievable. If he had 4-star skills, I would probably go as far as saying he's one of the best players I've ever used in FIFA. That lack of 4-star skills kind of removes that ability a little bit. But we end up playing a really good game here. We get 3-0 up. He gets a lovely ball there with Perlo. Perlo with a finesse shot of dreams. Ruffier's not getting close to that. One keeper that I really want to get, that I've had a lot of good experiences with, is the team of the season, Petr Cech. Even on 4Chem in draft, I've had really good experiences with him. So I'm excited to try and get him. I don't know how we're going to be able to afford him, but I'm sure we'll be able to get him one way or another. And we find ourselves now after 8 games, and after 9 games needing 3 points. And this is 9 games with a low chem / no chem team, where for those of you that doubt that this is real, this is Division 2. I've only lost 1 of 9 games in Division 2, and even in that game, I felt like I was a better player. Of course, I always say that when I lose, but not always. But like I know I always I have this kind of thing where I'm like, I didn't deserve to lose that game, even though sometimes I did. I genuinely, in that instance, I don't believe I felt like I deserved to lose that game, but 1 loss out of 9 and 3 draws, and 2 of those draws were due to me playing with A9 skills. I'd say this has been a successful season, whether we win this game or not. And after 2 minutes, we went 1-0 up with Ruben Castro, and another free kick here. Cerna plays it in. Ozukut plays it into Cerna. Cerna shoots and scores. We go 2-0 up after 10 minutes, and that was me home and hose pretty much. Guaranteed the victory, the league title, the 13,000 coins, and we end up scoring ourselves another goal to make it 3-0, and I do believe I make it 4-0 here. Ozukut, fantastic strike, makes it 4-0, and we end up winning Division 2 with that team on screen right now. Crazy. Like, if you would have shown me that team before and said that I won Division 2, I'd have been like, probably not. But I guess it's true. The chemistry is irrelevant on the non-day ones. And this is going to be the end of the video for today, guys. So I do appreciate the feedback. I am paying attention to what you're saying in the comments. However, I'm a firm believer and a firm I'm kind of pro no chem, if you like, and I'm going to continue building teams for no chemistry where possible, because I think it benefits me as a player, and I think it benefits Ultimate Team as a game mode. And with that being said, though, this is going to be the end of the video, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.